right, for the exam, this is not everything that's going to be on there, but this is a start. Congress, executive, articles, and civil rights. There is also federalism that's mixed in, and then a couple of wee pieces from the courts. So with this in mind, go ahead and click the first 1 point for Congress. First hand I see. Go ahead, click. List all you can. Click it again. Characteristics to hold office in the House and the Senate. Go ahead.
You have to be 35.
Willie's group, -1. Who's next? Go ahead.
For the House, you have to be 25.
House, you got to be 25. Go.
Senate, you have to be 30.
Senate, you got to be 30. Go.
For
5.
You have to have lived.
4.
For the House, you have to have lived in the United States for 7 years.
7 years.
For Congress, 9 years.
Congress, 9 years. -1. Who's next? Go ahead. The French group.
The House is a 2-year term.
House is a 2-year term.
And the Senate is a 6-year term.
Senate is a 6-year term. How do those 6 years work? 5. How does it work? 4. Do they all get elected at the same time? 3.
No, every 3 years.
Every 3 years. -1. Golly. Who's the other group? Scarlett's group. Anything you want to add? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Understand, 2-year term, 6-year term. 25 and 30. 100 members of the Senate, 435 of the House. Senate based on equality, House based on population. 1/3 of the Senate every 2 years. All of the House all of the House every 2 years, more responsive to the popular will. Keep those things in mind. French group, you gave me the last correct answer. Go ahead, pick me a category.
Executive, 4 points.
Executive for 4. We have our first Pictionary. Who's drawing? Need somebody to come up.
It has to be from your group.
Has to be from their group. Come on, we need somebody to come up. We're running low on time.
Draw them like one of your French girls.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, yeah, if you'll hit the light switch, Eric, over there. This, France, is what I need you to draw. Got it? Okay. 1 minute. On the 6. Go. Yeah, go ahead. Zoom in on it. Oh, my God. Yeah, well, no, they have control of it, so y'all have to guess. Yeah, y'all have control. And if y'all need to move to get closer, that's okay. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Coming up on 30 seconds.
It's a.
You're close.
Cheek. So like dirt on her face.
45
She
seconds.
has a mustache and a beard.
Oh, shame.
Blush.
4, 3, 2. What did you say? Makeup is what I'm looking for. Makeup. What is the significance? Y'all have it. First hand I see has it next. What's the significance of makeup that deals with the executive?
The debate.
Go ahead, explain. Who? What? How?
Nixon didn't.
Zoom in on Eli. Go get him.
Nixon didn't wear makeup for the first televised presidential debate.
In 1960, 1, 2, 3, 4, there was the first televised presidential debate with Nixon and Kennedy. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Nixon did not wear makeup. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Zoom in on Eli.
He was worried that it would be seen as too feminine.
He was worried it being seen as too feminine. What was the significance of this for the debate?
He lost the debate.
Well, why would this be an issue? Why would they need him to wear makeup?
Because he was.
Anybody in the group?
Pale. He looks very sick and unattractive.
He did not present well on television. 1, 2, 3, 4. What else did Nixon not do? 5.
Look at the camera when he was talking.
He didn't look at the camera. Where did he look?
He looked away.
He looked away at what?
The moderator.
He looked at the moderator. What else did he not do? 4, 3, 2, 1. What's that?
Eat and shave?
We did have a 5 o'clock shadow. That did not present well. 3, 2, 1. First hand I see. Go ahead.
What? Are we still talking about the same
We're still talking about the debate. Yeah, zoom in on Sandra. She's getting ready to cost the group points again.
Black.
What's that?
That's
wearing black.
He was wearing a
The
black
outfit was
outfit.
black.
What was the significance of that? Because you're right.
Camouflage.
He blended in with the background. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nixon blended in with the background, so he was pale. He didn't wear makeup. He had a 5 o'clock shadow. He didn't look at the camera. He blended in with the background. What did Kennedy do? What was good about Kennedy?
He talked it to the camera, directly to the
And what
camera.
did it make it look like when he
It
spoke
was
to
making it look like he was talking directly
It looked like
to
he was talking to the American people. Tell me more.
So everyone in the radio thought he won, and then everybody.
Well, before we get to that, what else did Kennedy do that was right?
Wait, what
4.
was the question? What was the question?
What else did Kennedy do that was right as opposed to Nixon? He looked at the camera.
Oh, he had a
3.
nice tan and he looked like he dressed.
Kennedy did not need makeup because he had just gotten back from
California.
California. Anything else?
He was dressed appropriate and.
What do you mean appropriate?
Like he didn't blend in.
As much.
You
He
know,
had a suit that contrasted
Yes.
with the background. Anything else?
Radio, the radio.
What about the radio? 4.
So
Three.
for the radio, what's it called? They
Nixon
thought Nixon
won.
won because of the content he had in
People that listened to the debate on the radio thought Nixon won because of the content of his answers.
Right.
But the people
who watched on TV thought
Not Kennedy.
won because of how he spoke to the people.
1, 2, 3, 4. The sizzle over the substance. If you'll hit the light, Robert Screw Picnic category, I think y'all have. No, y'all don't quite have the lead. Gotta go.
Congress 3.
Congress 3. List all you can. Go ahead, click it. Impeachment. You have it first. You'll have it next.
It's like charging you with it's charging you for doing a crime or.
Who is charging you?
The
House.
Congress or the Senate.
Which one is it? Group, what do you say? Are they wrong? Wrong. -3 the group says. Go ahead, El Salvador.
So the impeachment is in charge by the House, and the Senate needs to do the trial, and that's it.
Okay, Willie's group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're in this. So the House charges, or the impeachment literally means that they're charged. The Senate will try it, and in fact could declare innocence or guilt. What vote does the House need in order to charge somebody?
2/3.
-3.
Why?
What vote does the House need?
A majority.
A majority. Yes, and that's the French group. 1, 2, 3. What vote does the Senate need to convict?
2/3.
Yeah, the Senate needs 2/3 to convict. And I may not have been clear on this the other day, so I won't take away points if you get it wrong. If you are impeached and convicted, what is the ultimate punishment? You do actually get fired. I'll give you points for that. 1, 2, 3. You are removed from office. Pick me a category. Go fast.
You pick one.
Articles 5.
Articles for 5, I heard. Go ahead, click it. Surgeon General, y'all have it first. First hand I see, you'll have it next.
She
Go.
was criticized. for
Who
being
was
overweight.
she? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Who was she?
She's African American.
What was her name? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
It was something Benjamin.
Something Benjamin.
5.
Private Benjamin. What are we talking about here? I'll go with that.
No.
Regina Benjamin. Tell me more.
She was the first African American to be on the Medical Association.
American Medical Association. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She does seem to leave out the first word of her answers. Don't do that on the
There
exam.
was controversy around her weight because she was obese, and it's a main issue in America right now.
Obesity is one of the biggest issues health-wise, the biggest issue in America.
She represents health, good health in her position, so that's where the controversy went.
The Surgeon General, I'm not going to get points for that. The Surgeon General is the spokesperson, the government spokesperson on health. So with she being obese, she is representing the #1 health issue in the country, which some people had a problem with. Tell me more. 5.
She worked in Alabama and rural areas. I can't even
She worked in rural communities.
she like treated people who couldn't even afford it.
She did house calls without pay. Yeah, actually, I'll go with this. What's the controversy about the job, though? She was eminently qualified, but she was obese. What was the problem? 4, 3.
People are saying like, would you have someone that smokes be Surgeon General? Because it's the same thing.
She
like,
shows a bad example.
Yeah.
Some people would argue, in fact, that if she's obese, she's showing a bad example, and this is not representative, or it's not a good representation for the country. What were people? What other arguments were there? 4, 3, 2, 1. They're already out. Y'all are now out. Y'all are out. Scarlett's group?
Ah.
Oh, they don't count for that?
Okay, I guess not. On this one, take a good look at that article. This is a good example of some discrimination. And you remember we talked about this idea of equal treatment. The big debate we had in class was, would you go to somebody that smoked? Would you go to an overweight personal trainer? Some of these issues, do you judge a person by, their size, for example? This is all discrimination. You wouldn't see this in any other position, but she is representing health. You would think that she should be healthy. Some people even said that she should lose weight in office to kind of show how it's done. But we also said that you typically don't hear men get spoken about in this context. This is a female issue. Go ahead, pick me a category. You do have the lead comfortably now. 5. Civil rights for 5, I heard. Dictionary, I need somebody to draw.
You dropped pretty bad.
That means, in fact, that you're the best person to come up here. Got it?
Got it.
Come on.
Need somebody, come on, we gotta go, we're out of time. Could you erase the board really quick?
Yeah.
That's what I need you to draw, got it?
Okay.
Okay?
So on.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
1
I'm,
minute
like, in the
on
way.
the 9.
Sorry.
Oh my. Now y'all have it for the minute. You'll have it first, but don't say it yet.
Bubbles?
Oh.
Is this a bag or is it like?
Is this supposed to be like the
Oh,
jelly
the
bean thing? Is it like the jelly bean test?
Jelly bean, zoom in on her again. How does she keep getting these things right? Your group has it. First hand I see's got it next. I need voting rights tests. 5, 4, 3. Voting rights test. 2, 1. Go, Martin.
What are you asking for?
Voting rights tests were a series of tests which were pretty irrelevant to the thing, but it was just meant to keep certain voters out of the voting.
What certain voters?
African Americans mainly.
Okay, the newly freedmen, and who else actually? Anybody in your group?
The poor white people.
The poor whites oftentimes as well, yes. Wow, you're now in 3rd place making a move. Give me some examples of tests.
Some examples.
What was the soap bubble
The
test?
bubble test was they counted how many bubbles were on the soap bar and told you, hey, how many are
So who would have to count?
the people trying to vote.
Anybody that wanted to vote would be given a bar of soap, and they would be asked how many bubbles are in the bar of soap. Did anybody really know how many bubbles were in there? Why did they give this test?
So you can vote.
Who couldn't vote?
So poor white people can vote and African Americans.
Why would they need this test? Why would this test work? Anybody in the group?
Because it wouldn't.
What amendment dealt with voting rights? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're out, go.
The 15th Amendment.
The 15th Amendment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what were the characteristics mentioned in the 15th Amendment that dealt with reasons that you couldn't stop somebody from voting? 5, 4. Y'all will have a chance at this. You can use your notes. 3, go ahead.
Well, the 15th Amendment gave the former slaves the right to vote. That's all that it said. It wasn't like, it wasn't very clear.
The 15th Amendment gave the former slaves the right to vote, and it didn't mention anything else.
Right.
-5. I think she needs to be in another group. No, actually, your group's got it. What were the 3 characteristics? Race. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Previous servitude.
Condition of previous servitude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Color.
Color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the soap bubble test. Let's go back to this. They gave you the bar of soap and asked how many bubbles were in a bar of soap. They could not deny you the right to vote on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. But Joseph, when they asked you how many bubbles were in a bar of soap and you didn't know, why were they denying you the right to vote?
So that they could have a legitimate excuse.
No, but why literally were they denying you the right to vote?
Can we go again?
You couldn't count the soap bubbles.
And it has nothing to do with
Race.
color or previous condition of servitude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's your chance to make a move. There are 4 other tests that we talked about. Tell me about
Can we go
them.
again?
What's that? What was the literacy test? Zoom in on Jonathan.
It was like
Get really close. I don't even have to see it.
it was an exam given, and they would ask really almost irrelevant questions, questions that not everyone would know or need to know for voting.
They would ask some very, very difficult questions. Literacy, what is it even in addition to just asking them questions? Literacy test. They would ask them to...
Read the Constitution.
They would ask them to read something, in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that was very, very difficult, and the newly freedmen or the poor whites wouldn't have been educated enough to do it. And why are they denying them the right to vote? On account of race? Color? Previous condition of servitude? No! Why?
Because they couldn't read.
Because they couldn't read. Give me another test. 4, 3,
Can we go again?
2, 1. Go back.